Okay, so good day everyone. So I'm Mr. Ronald E. Almagro, so your mathematics in our world instructor. Okay, so I will record this discussion because in Monday we have our National Heroes Day. So expected it is a holiday. So there will be no class in that day. Tomorrow there will be no class. So I can record this lesson. Okay, so our topic for today is all about the patterns and numbers in nature and the world. Okay, first, what is the importance of pattern? Okay, so by studying patterns in nature, we gain an appreciation and understanding of the world in which we live and how everything is connected. And by engaging nature, okay, so by engaging nature, we acquire a deeper connection with our spiritual self. So we are surrounded by a kaleidoscope of visual patterns, both living and non-living. Okay, so we have the example of patterns. Okay, natural patterns include symmetries, trees, spirals, meanders, waves, foams, tessellations, cracks, and stripes. In mathematics, physics and chemistry can explain patterns in nature at different levels and scales. Okay. Patterns in living things are explained by the biological process of natural selection and sexual selection. Okay, so that would be the example of a patterns. Okay, so let's focus in the lesson. Okay, so patterns and number in nature and the world. Okay, so the time frame of this discussion. Okay, we have 2 hours. Okay, so take the challenge. So this is our objective. Okay, so at the end of the lesson, okay, first determine the pattern and numbers in nature and the world. Okay, solve problems involving patterns and numbers in nature and the world. Okay, so this is our main objective. So and lesson one. Okay, so getting started, we have our activity. Part one, what comes next? So instruction, determine the next figure in the pattern below. Okay, student, you need to draw. What what is the possible pattern will be next, will be the next. Okay, so you need to draw A, B, and C. Okay, meron po tayong C. Okay, part 2. Making number patterns. Instruction, make a number patterns for each of the rules. Okay, start 1 and add 7 each time. Okay, so student, you need to analyze what would be the next number. So starting at 1 and add by 7 each time. Okay, so what would be the possible number or what could be the next number? Okay, so just filling out in the blank. Okay, the analysis. Right now, let us try to wrap up your experience with 2 activities. Let us try to answer the following questions. What are your observations on the patterns? Okay, what could be your observation in the patterns and in your activity? Then number 2, how did you come up with the patterns? Okay, so this is our um, this discussion. Okay, so the abstraction. Okay, patterns indicate a sense of the structure and organization that it seems only humans are capable of producing these intricate, creative, and amazing formations. So it is from this perspective that some people see an intelligent design. Okay, so as you observe in the environment, in the surroundings, uh, as you can see, you are seeing the different patterns or it is an intelligent design. So in the way that nature forms. Okay, so example of this, the spider web, di ba? Spider web, di ba? So as you can see, ang lawa niya, di ba? meron po siyang pattern. So that would be the intelligent design that made by God. Okay, the symmetry. Recall that symmetry indicates that you can draw an imaginary line across an objective, and resulting parts are mirror image of each other. Okay, so this is the number or the best example of a pattern. So the symmetry. So by drawing the imaginary line. Okay, so this is symmetry. Okay, so the figure above is symmetric above about the axis. Okay, so this is the axis indicated by the dotted line. Okay, so uh, the imaginary line. Note that the left and right proportions are exactly the same. Okay, when we say proportion, it is equal. The left and the right and left. This type of symmetry, known as line or bilateral symmetry, it is evident in most animals, including humans. Okay, look in a mirror and see how the left and right sides of your face closely. Okay, so as you can see or as you can observe in your face in the mirror, okay, so kung sino ka, naapod na sa imong mirror, di ba? Lain pod kung ang naa sa imong mirror, ikaw nga ang nigawas kay unggoy, di ba? Lain kayo. So that would be the example of a symmetric proportion. Kung itan-aw na nimo, so that would be your proportion, the proportion of your face. Okay. So that would be the best example of a pattern. Okay, so we have the example of the Leonardo da Vinci's okay, Vitruvian man showing the proportion symmetry of the human body. Okay, so students, so as you can see in the before you draw the Vinci po ayan na. Okay, so if you are master in drawing, so before you draw, 'di ba meron po kayong mga graphing. So para yung that face will be proportion to the man's face kung unsa man imong drawing. Okay, so that would be uh, gibuhat ni Leonardo nga nagabuhat siya og mga proportion dapat lain pud niya imong naong nidako sa iyang drawing. Okay, so meron po yang mga different type meron po yang involved na graphs. Okay, so okay, in order the face of a man will be proportion to him. Okay, kung sa babae to her, di ba? Okay, there are other types of symmetry depending on the number of sides and faces that are symmetrical. Okay, the spider worked with three-fold symmetry. Okay, so as you can see in the lips, di ba? So it is a symmetry to other lips. Okay, so that would be the best example in symmetry. Like the starfish has a five-fold symmetry. Okay, diba? As you can see, mag-grow na ang iyahang as you observe, if mag-grow ang iyang sa hand ba na ang tawag ana. So, symmetry po siya. Okay. If maputol siya sir, okay, nagatubo po na siya. Kung unsa to iyang kadason, maupo niya iyang abson. Okay, so that would be the example of the best example of the as pattern. Okay. Okay, so did you know if you rotate the spider web and starfish above by several degrees, you can still achieve the same appearance as the original position. Okay, di ba? So as you can turn around and rotate, so di ba, the appearance as the same to the original position. So this is known as the rotational symmetry. So the smallest angle that a figure can be rotated while still preserving the original formation is called the angle of rotation. Okay, so paki-highlight. Okay, for the spiderweb, the angle of rotation is 120 degrees, while angle of rotation for the starfish is 72 degrees. Okay, a more common way of describing rotational symmetry is by order of rotation. Okay, okay, order of rotation. So we have the angle of rotation formula. Okay, a figure has rotational symmetry of order. So n, so it means n denotes fold rotational symmetry. If 1 over n of a complete turn leaves the figure unchanged, okay, to compute for the angle of rotation, we use the following formula. The angle of rotation equals 360 degrees over n. Okay, consider this image of snowflake. It can be observed that the patterns of a snowflake repeat 6 times. Okay, indicate that there is a six-fold symmetry. Okay, to determine the angle of rotation, we simply divide the 360 degrees, student. So, uh, the one rotation, or the total angle, or the sum of an angle of a one rotation, will be 360 degree. Okay, by divided by 6. Okay, so nga naman, because the rotational, uh, di ba, ang snowflake nag-repeat siya 6 times. Okay, six-fold symmetry. So it means you need to divide 360 degrees by 6. Okay, 330, or simply lang, 36 divide by 6 para di na ka maglibog. Okay, so 36 divide by 6 equals 6. Okay, add 0, so to get 60 degree. Many combinations and complex shapes of snowflakes may occur, okay, which leads some people to think that no two are alike. Okay, so another marvel of nature design is the structure and shape of a honeycomb. Okay, people have long wondered how bees, despite their very small size, are able to produce such arrangement while humans would generally need to use of a roller and compass. Okay, di ba? So, very unique kayang ilahang mga structure. Okay, kung sa tao pa lang, di ba, dili mo matukod ang isa ka balay, you cannot able to build a house without a ruler, uh, sa mga level hose, or mga pulgadera, or the steel measurement, di ba? So you can able. Okay, so very unique. Okay, so it is observed that such formation enables the bee colony to maximize their storage of honey using the smallest amount of wax. So wax ang ilang ginagamit. Okay, you can try it out for yourself using several coins of the same size. Okay, so this is the arrangement of a coin. Try to cover as much area of piece of paper with coins. If you arrange the coins in a square formation, there are still plenty of spots that are exposed. Following the hexagonal formation, however, with the second row of coins snugly fitted between the first row of coins, you will notice that more area will be covered. Okay, so that's why. Excuse me po, excuse me po. Ay, gabi tayo. Tayo. Ay, sa kitnay, ano yung tayo? May tulo ka litro? Okay. Yan lang, nagkano ko lang. Yan lang. Okay, so I'm back, students. Okay, so as you can see, we have the alignment of a coin, okay, by arrangement by a vertical line, di ba? Nakapasunod siya. Then, by square packing, then we have the hexagonal packing. Okay, so translating this idea to three-dimensional space, we can conclude that hexagonal forms are more optimal in making use of the available space. These are referred to as a packing problems. Okay, packing problems involve finding the optimum method of filling up a given space, such as a cubic or spherical container. So the visa instinctively geometric patterns are not only simple and beautiful but also optimal function. Okay, grabe si B, di ba? Okay, let us illustrate this mathematically. Okay, suppose you have circle of radius 1 centimeter. So each of which will then have an area of pi centimeter squared. So this will be the area of a circle, pi r squared or pi centimeter squared. So we are then going to fill a plane with these circles using square packings and hexagonal packing. Okay, so this is the arrangement of a coin by square packing. Okay, uh, so the radius of each coin will be 1 centimeter. Okay, so for square packing, each square will have an area of per centimeter square unit. Okay, so the area of a square we have 4 centimeters square unit. Note from the figure that for each square it can fit only one circle. For quarters, the percentage of the square area covered by circles will be area of the circles, area of the square over area of the square times 100%. Okay, so this is our area of the circles by centimeter square unit. Okay, no, asa man ang derive ang centimeter square unit. Okay, so by pi r squared. Okay, so ang atong area man dara kay 1 centimeter ang area ni square. Okay, pi centimeter square unit over 4 centimeter squared or pi 4 centimeter square unit times 100% equals. Okay, so you need to uh, divide na lang po. Okay, so 4 pi, so we have pila ang value ni pi, we have 3.14 divided by, okay, so di na ta mag substitute og 1 ri kay automatically 1 times 1 because 1 na po yan. Okay, so 3.14 divided by 4. 3.14 divided by 4. Okay, 0. Okay, 0.70, 0.775. Okay, so wait. 3.14 divided by 4. Okay, 0.785. Okay, so we need to convert to percent. Okay, by converting into percent, you need to multiply by 100. Okay, 0.85 times 100. Okay, so move lang po. Or if you have a calculator, you can multiply 0.785 times 100 by 100, so 78.5%. Or you can move by 2. Okay, 78.5. Okay, 54%. Okay, pwede na po 78.5. Okay, for hexagonal backing, we can think of each hexagon as a composed of 6 equilateral triangles with side of equal to 2 centimeter. Okay, so by getting uh, the area of a hexagonal, so area equals side square root of 3. So wala na siya nakaka square root of 3 po yan. So delete na siya naka-exponent. Na-type po lang po yan. Okay, so 2 times 2, 2 to the power of 2, we have 4. Okay, by 2 times 2 lang po. Okay, cancel out the 4 and 4. Okay, we have square root of 3 centimeter square unit. Or by using the formula of a hexagon. Okay, what is the formula of a hexagon, students? Okay, 3 square root of 3 over 2 times s to the power of 2. So this is the formula of a hexagon. Okay, so uh, as you can see, the area of or mm, the side of so if each side so young side so we have 2 centimeter. Okay, so you need to or you're required to substitute the value of 2 in the s. Okay, so 3 square root of 3. Okay, okay, 2 to the power of 2. So if you can solve that, so the answer is 6 square root of 3. Okay, so that would be the answer of that. Okay. So yun sa man na pagkuha sir nganong sir 6 o square root of 3. Okay, so pag mag-multiply gani ka student og fraction to whole number, you need to write the given 3 square root of 3 over 2. Okay, so multiply sign. Okay, 4, di ba? Naka 2 square root of 2, di ba? 4, 1. Okay, so multiply lang po. 3 times 4, 12. Copy sa square root of 3. Okay, 2 times 1, 2. Okay, so cash out na lang po. Kaya divisible by 12 by divisible by 2. 12 divided by 2, 6. And copy C, square root of 3. Diba naka 1 naman na siya. Then rin naka 6. Okay, so you don't need to put 1 in the denominator or just simply write the 6 square root of 3. Okay, so muna na siya. Naka centimeter square unit po tayo. Pag area, centimeter square unit. Pag volume, naka-cubic unit po yan. Okay? Di ba niya? Basta area, student, centimeter square unit. Pag volume, cubic unit. Okay, centimeter man, centimeter square unit. Pag volume, centimeter cubic unit. Okay. Looking at the figure po, there are 3 circles that could fit inside one hexagon. Okay, the whole circle in the middle and one third of a circle, which give the total area of 3 pi centimeters square unit. Okay, the percentage of the hexagon's area covered by a circle will be area of the circle, the 3 pi centimeter. Okay, so we have the formula over area of the square times 100% equals. Okay, so this is our area of circle, 3 pi centimeter square unit over area of the square. Pila tong area of the square nato students. We have, okay, so kani siya, area na to ni sa, okay, so katong gikuha itong area sa to ang hexagon. So area of the square, 6 squared of 3 centimeters squared times 100%. So may simply multiply na lang po. Ang value ni 3 pi at ni pi 3.14. Okay, 3 times 3.14 over 6 square root of 3. So times 100%, 90.69%. Okay, comparing two percentage, we can say clearly that using hexagons will cover a larger area than when using squares. Okay, so example, tigers stripe and hyenas spots. Okay, patterns are also exhibited in the external appearance of animals. We are familiar with how tiger looks. Okay, distinctive reddish orange fur and dark stripes. Okay, so we have the tiger, di ba? Meron po yung mga patterns. So we don't need to solve that. Okay, so that is the example of a patterns lang po. Okay, the flower petals po. So flowers are petals. So flower petals. Okay, flowers are easily considered as things of beauty. So their vibrant colors and fragrant odors may make them very appealing as gift or decorations. So di ba kung may mga in the Valentine's Day. So mas conclusive flower because of the colors, the fragrance, the odors, 'di ba? Okay, so in the decoration or in the interior decoration in the house, so you put flower, 'di ba? As a decorations. Okay, so if you look more closely, you will note that different flowers have different numbers or number of petals. So both iris and trillium. So I can so how to pronounce this word? Okay, have only three petals. Okay, so wala pa ko kitaan niya. Karon lang po ko kita. Okay, flowers with five petals are said to be the most common. These include buttercup, columbine, tama ba? Columbine and hibiscus. Hibiscus. Okay, so mga hibiscus, okay. I think this is a baliti po. Tama ba? Okay, among these flowers with eight petals are okay, clematis and del delphinium or delphinium ba? Okay, while ragwort and marigold have 13. These numbers are all Fibonacci numbers, which we'll discuss in detail in the next section and the next chapter. Okay, so in the application, you need to answer with write the rule describing each pattern. Okay, you need to write the rule. This number, this number, this number, and this number. Okay, student. So that would be the discussion of day. So in lesson one. Okay, so this is the discussion expected in the Monday po. So wala po tayong klase. So nag-record din na lang po ako. Okay, so thank you. Okay, okay students. So don't forget to subscribe my channel na lang po and say hi na lang po kung meron kung nagtanaw ka sa pang video. Okay, say hi na lang po. Okay, so thank you kaayo sa tanan. Okay. So goodbye. Okay, amping po.